Hello, I'm talking about the AMD chipset that I just researched. Uh, this video is made in the end of Feb 2015, and we are looking at various AMD chipsets that are available for us. So, the desktop processor in AMD at this time is divided into a lot of processors. We have Athlon, Phenom, FX processor. We also have AMD A and E series processor, which is something that I often like. Now, when you look at the AMD motherboards, you'll have AM3 and AM3 Plus, which are synonymous. So AM3 Plus is the most sold motherboard. It supports the current processor, the Phenom, and all the processors that are coming. Then we have the FM2 processor. This also gives control over the onboard GPU. The AM3 is the old one that I'm using, and AM1 is a very cheap and interesting chipset. Let me show you how this works. So when I select FM2 and I go to the pricing, the cheapest model here that would give me all the features that I want is this one. It supports both FM2 processor and AMD series. So there are three series of processor that they are currently rolling out. The first is the AM3, the second is the FM2, and the third is the AMD A series. Now FM2 and AMD A series both have the idea that graphics would be on board, and in terms of graphics their performance is fabulous. If you don't want graphic on board, if you want very hardcore just CPU, then you will probably go with AM3. So AM3, the cheapest motherboard here. When I look at the AM1 chipset, which is a very cheap chipset and a very beautiful chipset, this is something which interests me. The reason why this interests me right now is because it's a mini ATX, so you can have a small computer. Plus it has all the features that I would require, like SATA 3, USB 3, fast recharging, and a lot of interesting things which make this my favorite chipset. Let me take you through to this chipset. I think I clicked wrong. Yep. So this chipset is AM1. Now just remember, this supports AMD A series processor, which are very lightweight, not very powerful, but very cheap. You'll get a quad core processor here in like 4000 or something like that. So it's in parallel with the Celeron. So this is the processor that I'm talking about, Sempron 2650. It's a dual core and good enough processor. What I like about this board is that it's the latest board that you can get in a very cheap price. So you can get all the latest technology. You can even get an HDMI, you can get the SATA 3, you can get the USB 3 fast recharging of your phones and things like that. You can get them just in a very cheap price. So, and you can fit this on in a micro ATX, and you can copy this with you if you are frequent mover. So this is a very cheap, low energy, and a nice thing to have. This also has an HDMI, so I guess they might have support for multiple display of monitors. This is a micro ATX. So this was about the 81 AM1 chipset.